Gotta make a change. It's time for us as a people to start making some changes. Let's change the way we eat. Let's change the way we live. And let's change the way we
Okay, we're going to open public comment, and we have one speaker signed up, Robert Burness.
Long time no see, Rob. Good to see you again.
Hi, Darren. Good to see you. I'm surprised only one speaker here. It's a bit of a surprise because this is one of your biggest projects that you've managed. I'm here representing the Environmental Council of Sacramento tonight. As you know, ECOS has been engaged with Elk Grove over the recent years, on urban growth and development issues. We disagree on a number of key aspects of growth and development, but one thing I think we both do agree on is that Elk Grove needs to improve its jobs housing balance. ECOS has argued during public hearings on the sphere of influence that the city of Elk Grove needs to utilize the opportunity it has with its remaining vacant lands in the urban area to actively improve its job housing balance and to put greater emphasis on jobs as opposed to residential. Happily, the Southeast Plan, of which this is a major portion, does include a major component for jobs and offices and a variety of different categories. But adopting a plan does not necessarily make it happen. I've been involved in growth and development issues in Sacramento County for almost 40 years now. And it has been my observation that time and again, jurisdictions, in my experience, the county, have developed comprehensive plans and specific plans that call for a good mix of jobs and housing. Yet the reality is that the development that occurs is predominantly single-family residential, that there is opposition to the higher mixed densities as a result of it coming in later. And the last thing to occur is any kind of job development, and often that is commercial and it is service-oriented jobs that are not necessarily affordable within the community. And you end up with exactly the opposite of what you intended, and you end up with more essentially suburban sprawl, single-family residential development. What we see here with this proposal is that sadly, you appear to be giving up whatever leverage you may have in helping to ensure a better jobs housing balance. You have put a great deal, your staff has put a great deal of effort into infrastructure. That's important, and there's a connection here because of the relationship between the job and this particular project. But what's missing, in our view, is any linkage between build-out and jobs. There's no phasing to say that so much residential can occur before so much job development at least begins to occur or has approvals and real likelihood of getting built. You've put a great deal of, or the applicants have asked for, my time is up?
Yeah, if you just wrap up, that'd be great. Thank you.
Since I'm the only speaker, I'm hoping that you will indulge me a little bit.
Well, yeah,
I'm not going to go on for a long line.
Yeah, if you just wrap up, make your final statement. That'd be great. Thank you.
The development agreement gives away a lot of your leverage. The DA is a one-sided agreement that favors the developer and significantly threatens the implementation of SEPA as a jobs-producing plan intended to correct the city's jobs housing balance. The key thing here is that the residential community, residential development community, and the master developer need to be actively engaged in the effort to build a balanced community. And you're not doing anything to engage them in that. Our recommendation would be that you continue this item, that you direct your staff to go back and work on developing conditions which would reestablish or establish the leverage between the residential development and the job housing growth. Failure to address the job housing issue in the Southeast policy area will not engender the confidence or the support for further expanding the Elk Grove sphere of influence. So it's a very important issue for us and I think many people in the community. Thank you.
Right. Thanks very much. You're
May-
a good,
may I
strong
have a
advocate
question?
today. Sure.
Rob, just a question for you. You mentioned the linkage. What would the threshold be, in your opinion?
We don't have a specific one. I think the whole idea is to begin a discussion of how you do that. And it's not easy. I mean, and it goes against the traditional grain of development. But basically, it's the idea that so much residential, single-family residential development can be recorded before some measure of progress in approval and development of the jobs component is achieved. Basically, it requires the residential developers to cooperate with the commercial developers in a way that they mutually work together rather than being two separate realms. We're just residential developers. We don't worry about that. We don't do that. And they really, if you want to really have a jobs housing balance, you want those things to be occurring at the same time. You want people to be buying homes that are also going to have the opportunity to get hired in the community.
Do you believe one has leverage over the other? Role reversed. Do you think employment or a commercial developer could will or have leverage over having a residential developer to come to it to provide customers for that? If you reverse that psychology, I'm just wondering.
I don't see why not.
Okay.
The idea is not requiring the developers to work with each other. The idea is to say that you need to develop in a balance, and there needs to be accountability for that, and you need to work together and work with the city.
I certainly agree with you on balance. Thanks, Rob.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.